Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So we're here for how many cards? So we have had a month off at the how many cards because July did wear me out a little bit. So we are back and we're starting with a bang. We're doing 4 paper pads. 4 6x6 paper pads so that we can catch up. Although I think we're good. That's actually a white pen. I thought that was a black pen and it's not, guys. It's a white pen. Right. So I am going to do the prep work with you guys because I'm constantly being asked what size do I cut my papers down to, what size card base. Always tell you the card base at the beginning. So the card bases that I use are either the A6, which is 5 7/8 by 4 1/8, or they're 5x7. So today I'm using the A6 card base, which is 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. That is the card base that I'm using. Now I just go with the flow. I never measure. Well, I do measure. I cut them down. I always cut my cards down. So for instance, here's my card base. I will cut it 1/4 of an inch. My base, it'll be 1/4 of an inch. So it doesn't matter what card I'm using, what card base I use. I start off with 1/4 of an inch, and then with what pieces are left, I just go with the flow with them in a sense. So I'm going to show you how I set up. So I'll do it. I'm going to do it in real time with you to show you that, you know, how I would set up for A6 cards. Obviously it doesn't account for when I am doing my ripped or my torn or anything like that. So this is going to make this video a lot longer. So if you don't want to see the prep bit, then please do skip through it. Now I'm using these 4 paper pads. So we've got Unique Stories. This one is full. We've got Rustic Rose. Again, this one's full. This one has been used. It's a Craft Asylum and it's Candy. I love their paper pads, but I can't find any more. And then we've got this one, which is Meadow Sweets, and I've only used a little bit of them. Thought all the colours were really nice and pastel. And then this one, I brought it in just to give a bit of depth of colour because it's very similar colours, but I thought, you know what, I think that would be quite nice. So first up, I'm going to add 4 onto here. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. We only need 9 now. So because I'm doing that, we only need 9 6x6s. We are so close to finishing, guys. It is crazy. So this is video number 34. We're doing 6x6s. My guess is, because we're doing 4, I'm going to go with 80, 83 and 89. Yeah, they're my guesses. That's what I'm guessing. So that's my guesses for this video. You guys leave your guesses below. Please do not reveal the answer because it's not fair on future people who want to watch these videos for the answer to be revealed in the comment section below. So please don't reveal the answer. It is all a little fun. You're more than welcome to say how many you were, you know, if you were close by 1 or whatever, because nobody knows. They'll know that it's either side of that, but please don't reveal the answer at the end. Right, okay, let's set this up. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do when I start these. So first thing I do, so why won't that go in? I'm trying to work out why my chair won't come in. Is I split my paper pads. Now I split my paper pads up into 2 categories depending on what they are. So like for this one, it could be a focal image. This one is definitely a backing image. This one's a backing image, so I grab them. So any that I would class as a background that I don't feel like I could use as a focal point, then I put them to a side. Now, my interpretation of that is completely different, could be completely different to you guys. You know, if you feel like this could be a focal image, then put it in your focal image pile. This is how I do it. So all of these I feel are all backgrounds. So there's only 2 that I feel like I could put at the center. So that's those. Okay, so that's 1 paper pad done. Now this one I know is all background. So we're going to put all of these in the background. I am going to bring in my bit box as well. Let's do this in a few bits at a time because that doesn't want to come out. So we will bring in the bit box and hopefully stash bust quite a bit of that. My big bit box is where I basically rummage through my craft room, see what if I've got papers I can fussy cut elements out of, if I've got, you know, leftover ephemera or any die cuts or anything like that. That is my bit box. I just rummage around my craft room and then I go for it. So straight off, that is a focal. This one again I would say is focal. Now these are double-sided. That one I'm going to use as a backing. And this is basically all I'm going is all I do throughout the whole of my paper pads. I work out what I'm going to use them for. So for instance, these ones, I know that I'm definitely going to use them as toppers. Yeah, I'll use that as a focal as well. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to use it as a focus paper. It just, that's the pile it's in. Okay, so there's the other paper pad. And then on to the last one. So again, we've got these. Take all the little bits out. So they can definitely go in that pile. And then this is a backing. This one is a focal paper because I can use that as a topper. So it's anything really that I can use as a topper is what I tend to sort of put in this pile. Because sometimes I don't like to put, I like to just use the papers and let the papers do all the work for me. So that could be a topper because that's pretty. And that one. And then these ones are all and just plain, so they'll all go on the backing. Now that that's all done, my next step to when I start is I put these in my piles and then I cut. So what I'm going to do is first up I need to cut this off now, just like that, and then I will cut them. So I'm going to cut these because these are my backing. Straight away I'm going to cut them all at 4. So there's 4. Keep this bit and then put it in a pile by 5.5. So there's one piece, and then I put my little bits to the side. They all go in their own little piles. So let's get rid of that, and then we're going to do 4 by 5.5. Okay, and then put them in the pile. So I continue to do this until this whole pile is done. Then when I come to the end of this pile, I then decide what I want to do with this. Sometimes I leave it, sometimes I cut it. For instance, I might leave some of these bigger papers. This one I will cut because I know that I just want this bit here, so that will go on a card base, and then I will cut all the other bits out. So that's basically how I start off, and that's because it gives me, because I'm cutting the papers down, because I know that I want the backing. Now if it turns out I didn't want to use this as my backing, as my, I like to put on my card like this, so what I would do is I would actually, you know, I can cut into it. So it gives me the option, but I can't tell you what I do when I cut into it because I sort of just go with the flow. My how many cards isn't a, it's sort of, it's a relaxation sort of video for me. It's not one where I take measurements or I memorize my measurements. I just have a way of doing certain things. So I will just, for instance, yeah, whatever I feel like on the day, if that makes any sense. So if I feel like that's what I want to do that particular day, then that's what I do. The only thing I can sort of suggest, if you are wanting the measurements, is start off by doing basically what I'm doing here. Actually, I think it needed to be, yeah, it needs to be 5 3/4 actually, because I was looking at that other one and it's wrong. Yeah, that's better. So this actually needs to be 5 3/4 by 4, not 5.5. So I thought I was cutting it wrong. Can you tell it's been a while? But it doesn't matter if you do it different. So I'm just going to straight away cut them at 5 3/4, which will leave me with 2 pieces like that. So yeah, it is all about you know, if you're wanting to do very similar to what I am doing, then I would suggest starting up like this. Now, if I was doing 5x7 cards, I would prep these a lot differently. I actually don't prep like this. I do with the like sorting the papers out, but what I do is I cut them as I go, because 5x7 is quite difficult with 6x6 paper. So I hope that helps. Let me know, guys, if that helps you. I know that I'm always going to get comments saying what measurements, and I am sorry, this is one of the videos where I truly honestly cannot give you the measurements, because it really is just a video that I take some paper pads and I stash bust them, and it's more for inspiration, to help you guys show that, you know what, you can take a paper pad, you can stash bust it, and you can make a load of beautiful cards with them. But hopefully showing you how I start with how many cards. I am just taking 2 papers at a time now because it saves time. I hope that showing you guys how I, you know, start these videos, especially with the A6 cards, because I know some of you are glad to see the A6 cards back. So we are going to keep the A6 for probably until the end of the year now. So now this one has already got some out of it, which is fine. So let me just, there we go, turn that over. And then, yeah, I will just put that in because chances are we could put zinc on to cover it. But we just go with it, guys. We just, yeah, we do what you want to do at the beginning, sort of thing. Right, I'm just, so that one has lots of bits already cut out. So I mean, I'll put them to the side because you know what, we could definitely use them. So I'm going to continue doing this. So I'm going to take a couple of pages at a time because they're all going to get cut down the same. Now, one of the things that I love to do with this sort of style is I love to take one paper, I love to take the diagonal, and I love to go across. It's as simple as that. I love this sort of layout for cards, and then we put a sentiment and a topper on. It is one of my favourite. I like it when I've got thinner strips, I'll put a few strips going across. It is one, yeah, I absolutely love it. The other style that I always do is I just put it along there. So you can see that you can get 1 card per sheet of cardstock, and then when you've got loads of these left, I lay them on my card base, and we make cards like that. So that tends to be what I do. Now with the toppers, that's where I'll add an extra bit in. So we'll add an extra bit of paper in there for, you know, I'll put a square on. So maybe we'll do that like that, and then I'll put a square piece like maybe that. Actually, it's a nice card, that bit there. So I will cut that out. That can be my sentiment, and then cut that out separately and put my sentiment. So it just depends what I'm doing throughout the video to what the measurements are. I do feel awful that I can't give you the measurements, especially because of the amount of people that ask for them, and I am sorry. I'm not that I'm not that well organized that, you know, I write them down, because the how many cards started. So I'll give you a little background. I was very inspired by Christy Marcotte to create this series, and this series has been going now for a few years. And she inspired me because every time I watched her, you know, use up a paper pad, it looked so relaxing. It looked like something that would relax me as I crafted, and because it relaxed me while I watched her do hers, I was like, I wonder. And the first paper pad I did was one of the ones where you get the papers, the toppers, you got stickers and stuff in. And I remember it took me all day, and I had a break in between. I remember going to the town, it was in the middle of the summer, because my back was killing me, and I was quite bad at the time, so I couldn't do as much, as I was in quite a bad flare up. And I remember feeling really good, like, oh my goodness, how much did I enjoy that, and I enjoyed it that much that I ended up seeing how far I could push it, which brought me to today. And one of the reasons why I film it, not because you guys love it, that is one of the reasons, because I do know that you guys love this series, but I film it because I found those videos relaxing and helped me, and just made me feel good when I was watching them. I thought that maybe I could inspire others as well. So that's why these came about. It was all about inspiring people to craft, making people want to craft, you know, making people want to use what was in this stash, because I know that what I use, you know, not everybody has. Most of these paper pads are really old. I really want to use quite a lot of my stash up, because I have a lot of it and I want the enjoyment of using it. So I hope that helps, guys. I really do. So it's a little bit of a backstory of as to why and how this sort of all started, and how my journey with the How Many Cards started. And it got, it just got really popular on my YouTube channel, that, you know, you guys were requesting it and saying, oh, are we doing any more? And I was like, well, actually, yeah, because I really enjoy doing them. When I make the How Many Cards, I zone out, and it is my time for my brain to reset. So as called functional neurological disorder, where my body shuts down, too much stress, or too much sort of going on. So this is one of the videos, and this is why I still film it and why I still do it. It's one of the videos that resets my brain, because I focus just on the cards, and I want to say I go into a daydream sort of state. I'm in such heaven when I make these, that I feel so refreshed. I do feel tired afterwards, because it does take me all day to do these videos, but I feel so much better mentally, that it is, yeah, I love it. I absolutely love the feeling of it, and then I love the feeling of the accomplishment as well, of using up my stash and making such beautiful cards that. And it gives me even more of a purpose now, because my cards now go out to you guys when you order, and it makes me feel good that I can do that one little thing. So that's a little backstory on why I do it, and one of the reasons why, unfortunately, I don't have the measurements, because I genuinely zone out. Now I would have completely zoned out by now, if I wasn't talking to you guys, and if somebody had come in and ask me what measurements I've just done, or what I'm doing, I wouldn't be able to answer them, because I'm in a world of my own. I'm in my happy place. So I hope that's helped, guys. I really do. We're going to put you on speed up, but like I say, my advice is, if you want to sort of do very similar, start off with doing your back paper, do it 1/4 inch shorter on each side. So my card base is 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. So I've actually cut this down to 5 3/4 by 4. So it's got literally 1/16 of all the way around. So that's how I start. I then have my piles of my different sizes, and then I just go from there, and I work out what I'm going to do from there. And you'll see in some of the videos, I don't use all of these. I might put a couple together, cut them in half, and then stick that down. So, you know, it just gives you a starting block, and hopefully, you know, a start on what you're going to do with yours. So let's pop you on speed up. I'm just going to prep this. I have no idea yet how I'm going to prep this. I think that I mean, I could do it. Actually, let's just do it with you. So I'm going to cut this top off because we don't want that. And then I'm going to use I want this as a focal point. So I'm going to see where I can get. So that's 3 1/4. And then I just want to cut off because I would like it so that it just sort of sits in. Sorry, that is Lady. There we go. So that sits on nicely there. I'm not going to put it with that paper because it really doesn't go. But yeah, so that is a topper ready for me to go. And then this bit is going to go in the pile. And I will deal with it as we go. I can't tell you what I'm going to do because I genuinely have no idea what I'm going to do with it until I get round to it. Okay, so let's do that. So that'll go on there. And then we'll put that. So same with this piece. We're going to do exactly the same. I'm going to cut that. I have no idea what measurement that is, by the way, because I've just gone for it. Now I'm going to cut that 5 1/2. So I am cutting off a bit of the leaf, but I just want it so that, you know, I've got a border all the way around. So there's that one. And then these I'm going to cut down to into their, what do you call it, and then we do this bit, there's that bit, and sorry, I'm just concentrating trying to get that right. So there's a strip, so I'm going to put that in the strip pile. And then these are what I would class as toppers. Now even if I don't like something, I still use it. I had somebody ask me, how do I know what sentiments to use? Now and she said, because when I'm doing the how many cards and stuff, I just seem to be grabbing the sentiments. I don't look at the sentiments, I look at the colour and whether or not it goes, because I make the amount of cards that I do, I look at you know, whether or not that particular sentiment goes with the card. So if I spot a sentiment in my sentiment box and it goes with that card, then that's what I pick, that's what I choose. And the reason why I choose them is because I don't keep all my cards. I send a lot to the charity shop, so I know that, you know, it doesn't matter what sentiments are on, you know, somebody will want that card with that particular sentiment on. If I'm making cards for myself, which I do quite a bit to top up my thank you cards, because I did all those in July, I'm currently okay with cards. So what I tend to do is I will stamp a load of thank yous, or I will go through my sentiment box and I will get all the thank yous out, or ones, or positive sayings. And I use them, or I'll use my own sentiments, because I know that those ones I send out to people. So it's not that I know what I'm sort of doing with the sentiments. I think if you're struggling and you're not quite sure, but you know that you sort of, if you're going to a charity shop, look at the colours. If the colours of that particular sentiment match your card, then use it. I mean, you've got to, there's other things to factor in. I know you've got to look at like what sort of toppers and stuff are on there as well. But you'll find 9 times out of 10 that if you pick the one like that's very similar colour, you'll find that it will go. I hope that makes sense. Right, now, these, because I like doing strips, these are going to be strips all the way, so because I think it would be quite nice to do some strips cards. So that's what these ones are going to be. So we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, and then I'll put them in my strip card pile, sorry, just like this. I'm hoping this helps. Lady is snoring. See, normally you wouldn't hear that, and mind you, I have to say sometimes her snoring makes me just want to go to sleep. It's like when you go to the hairdressers, isn't it, and you hear the hairdryer, it's like that sort of white noise sound. I think Lady's become a white noise sound. Just don't tell her I said that, because she'll probably get a complex. Right, so And then the reason why I cut a lot of these toppers as well, why I use them all, is because, again, it's going back to the sentiments. They go with the paper pads, you know, and I know that sometimes I just don't have the right thing, but I know that these will definitely go because they're part of the collection. So it's why I do use them, and why I use them all. And the other thing, don't overthink it. Yes, lady. She's agreeing with me. She's telling you, don't overthink it. Sometimes we can really overthink things that, you know, that we spend hours and hours looking at, you know, what to put on the card. And sometimes, well, most of the time, the majority of this time, your first instinct was the right one. So now, when I do my how many cards, it's very rare that I sort of take it off. If you look, I tend to do my first instinct, because that's the thing that, you know, as I'm doing that, I think, oh, that'll be nice. And then if I know that if I stopped, I would spend forever doing the cards. So one thing I have learned as well from doing these videos, which is probably a good thing for you guys if you are overthinking, is to get a paper pad. Don't overthink it and just go for it. And you will find, hopefully, that you will be, you know, that you won't overthink it. You will just go with the flow. And especially if you donate your cards, just look at the colours. Put your colours together. That also helps with all the thinking. I have found that, you know, matching my colours sometimes, when seeing like the colours and stuff together, really works and helps me. Otherwise, I would honestly, guys, it would take me forever like to do these videos if I didn't. Yeah, so that's basically how I choose my sentiments on a lot of the cards. Is I look at the colour of them as I'm going through. Sometimes it'll be so if I'm using my own sentiments, I do read them, and I tend to use a lot of the positive sayings, because those cards can be for anything. So I genuinely love the one sentiment you'll see me not use, and it's very rare I use it, and it's because I hate making them, and it's sympathy cards. And if I have to make a sympathy card, then it means a sad thing, and I hate making them, so it's very rare I make them. So yeah, now I'm not going to cut these down again. Now what I would normally do, so if you see me do it, actually let's do one of each. So what I would do with these, they're 6x6, and I'm going to turn them into 3x3s, and then these will sit on my card like that. We could grab, you know, one of these, definitely not this paper, but yeah. So instantly, actually it looks quite nice in the camera, but in real life it's hurting my eyes. So that's something that I do as well. So on the main, like on the what I would call the focal point paper, I cut them into 3x3s. So actually I'll do that with all of them, and then I've prepped everything with you guys, and then any cutting and stuff you see throughout the video or anything that I do, it generally is like what I'm feeling at the time. But that is right, I've just done that completely wrong. So I do that a lot. So what I do then is I go back to 3. These 2 go in that pile, and then I only have 2. It's because I'm talking. So if I do something wrong, it goes into the other pile. Now these are just a little bit shorter, so 2 of them won't be right like that size, so but it's fine. Oh, there's 2 pages there. Cool. Right, so there we go. And then I will go in, I'm just going to cut this down. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 by 3. And then this one, I'm going to do 3 and 7. There we go. Right, okay. that is the whole paper pad, guys, all prepped, ready to go. So I have done it with you, so that has taken me half an hour to do. So yeah, I'm not gonna, like I said, with the how many cards, I don't cut anything out. You know, even if I'm talking with my friends and you see weird hand movements throughout the video, or you see me stop and I'm chatting, like, you know, I'm like this, it's because I'm talking to my friends. But I don't cut anything out because I want you guys to see the whole process of what I'm doing with the paper pads, so that you can see how it's done. So this is my focal point pile. This is my backing card pile, which we have got some shorter because I cut them wrong, but it does not matter. This is my leftover pile. So you can see we've got different sizes in there. So I tend to do it like, you'll see that I'll sort them out as well. I sort them out in size. So there we go. So I can see. And then we've got all of our little strip piles. So we have that, and then I've got these two little bits as well, which I'll put on there. So I am ready to go. I have got these lovely mats as well, leather mats. I'm hoping, because look at this. This is what you get for doing resin. It is a mess. So I've bought these mats so that I can put them down, hopefully. Yeah, I would like a bigger piece, but we'll see how long they last. But I think I'm going to just go and buy some new tiles and maybe see what I can get. Anyway, yeah, enjoy the next bit. And don't forget, leave your comments down below, your guesses. Don't really answer though. Let me know if this was useful. Showing you the prep work that goes into these cards. Like I say, it seems it tends to be the same prep work I do, and then I just go for it. Because I mean, I could, and I'll cut these in half and use that as a piece as well, so that'll be 2 cards. So yeah, it just depends. But honestly, I can give you the measurements like I have done when I start, but I have no idea what I'm doing like throughout like the whole process. Anyway, I'm going to stop rabbiting, enjoy the rest, and I will see you at the end when we count to see how many cards we have done.
to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow, I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew.
appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh.
done. So I am going to count to see how many we've done. We've got lots here. I really enjoyed this. It has taken me all day though, so I'm back to normal after my 14 how many cards in July, because I got quicker and quicker, but I think because I did it over a period of like 6 days, which I will never do again. Yeah, that's why I think I got quicker, but I enjoyed myself today. It was so lovely and really, really good to get back into the swing of things. So I have got lots of beautiful cards. As I always say, because I do get asked a lot, what do I do with my cards at the end when I make these videos? So half goes to charity, half I keep, and I send out in your orders. So that is what I do with my cards. Right, okay, let's count. Let's see how many cards we have created in today's video. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77 cards, so nowhere near 80. So 77 cards we have made. Actually, I was only 3 away, so not too bad for my little comeback. Yeah, 77. I'm pleased with that. I'm really pleased. Got some beautiful cards, and it's another 4 paper pads down. I have actually chosen all of the 6x6 that I want to stash push this year, so I did have a rummage through my collection, so I've already got them. But yes, I just need to choose 4 8x8s, 5 A5s, and 5 12x12s, and then, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're so close to finishing 75 paper pads this year. That is just crazy, absolutely crazy. And we've made some, yeah, we've made a lot of cards. So well done if you did get close. Remember, do not leave the answer in the comment section, because it's nice for people to have a guess when they come to watch this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been a nice little comeback of the how many cards, because I know we didn't have any whatsoever. Oh, did I count this one? Guys, did I count it? I don't know if I counted it. Might have to do a recount. Right, I'm going to do a recount and I'll be back. Right, I've just recounted and I've recounted 78. So I'm going to recount again with you, because I don't remember seeing the B one when I was counting. So let's recount, because I think we've actually made 78 and not 77. So let's recount. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Right, so we did actually in fact make 78 cards and not 77. Yeah, I saw that B one and I don't remember seeing it when we counted it, so yeah, I'm glad I did a recount there. So 78 cards we have in fact made in this video, so well done if you did get close, and well done if you got 77 as well, because technically you did get it, but then I found another one, so yeah. So if you got 77 or you got 78, give yourself a round of applause. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I will see you in another how many cards can we create very soon. But until then, please do all stay safe and happy crafting. Bye.